Thank you for staying with us. Let's begin with infrastructure, as the federal government has ordered surveillance patrol of newly opened Second Niger Bridge and its surrounding by security agents following a case of vandalism. It was learned that some hoodlums vandalized a section of the bridge and made away with some fittings. The 333 billion Naira bridge was unveiled by former President Muhammadu Buhari in May. The Director of Highway, Bridges and Designs in the ministry, Omotayo Awosanya, stated that the incident happened a week ago on the Onitsha side of the bridge. However, he allayed motorist fear, saying the expansion joints were intact on the carriageway. Julie, we are not...
At night, some vandals came here and removed one of the metal plates of the expansion joint on the pedestrian walkway. That, you can see, that is where we are standing right now. One of the metal plates is still in place, but the other end has been removed. It leaves behind an opening, a void, which is supposed to be closed by this expansion joint. I believe that measures have been put in place, even on our own part, to ensure that a reoccurrence doesn't happen.
Some Nigerians are so unpatriotic. We don't love this country. And when we talk about infrastructural deficits, we talk government is not doing this, government is not doing that. Now government has done this bridge now. Look at what's with these daredevil robbers. What do they want to do with this thing now?
Well, there's a lot that they do with it. Even our rail tracks. Have you not seen the story of the vandalism done to rail tracks? Those guys piled on those reinforcements that they put on those rail tracks. It's still the solid steel reinforcement that they put on the rail tracks. They stole them and filled a big trailer, articulated vehicle with them. So do you know how many rail tracks, how many kilometers of rail tracks that they raided before they got something that filled a whole trailer? This is what we do to ourselves. Look at the one that is just down the road.
Yes, yes. That's setting up expressway. Yes, yes. That's more.
Once they remove it,
they started removing.
Once they remove it, they replace. They remove, they replace. Now,
after some time, they just went.
So what they just did was to now fill that place with concrete. But the little part that they left, go there now. The little part that they left, where we still have those reinforcements, they've removed some. So if you are not careful, if you are going home now, if you do not calculate very well, one of your tires will be stuck in a ditch, because you would think that the whole place was still covered. They've removed some, because I was going home on Friday night, I saw that between that they removed
opposite 7 up.
Yes, just not far from our office here.
Yes.
Because I was going home, I saw one gaping hole, and I'm like, these people are back. That means they just simply wait for government to replace, and then they go there, steal these things. This Niger Bridge, the Second Niger Bridge, remember I did a documentary about it when they were approaching the conclusion of the project. You can see which we can see the railings. The railings are made of concrete. It was deliberate. If they show the railings now, see these railings that you are seeing in front, they are made of concrete to discourage those fond of stealing these things. Yes, if they didn't use concrete, our people will start cutting those handrails to go and sell.
Bolaji, in Lagos, former Governor Buhari even adopted a style that those bridges to discourage people from crossing it, like Ojota now, there's a big long net that demarcates the road so that people won't be died. We have flyovers so that to encourage people from we're taking the flyover.
Yes.
But what we see now is that they've totally vandalized those road demarcations.
It is very unfortunate, and this is very unpatriotic, very, very unpatriotic. And most times we blame the government for every woe that we face in this country. We have never asked ourselves what have been our own contribution to the problem of our country. If government is spending that much money to ensure safety of people, of lives and property, and some people go there overnight, go and remove all these things, go and melt it and sell. What does this say about us as a country, as citizens? It is very unfortunate. It's not only these railings that they remove. Even manhole covers. They remove all these things. And there should be a solution to this thing. Well, where do they sell it? If they melt, they go to melt these things. Where do they sell it? Our security agencies should also be up and doing too.
The country that they steal transformer. Transformer.
Transformer, it must be connected. It must be connected to somewhere, or this must end somewhere. Who buys all these things? And where they take it, the security agencies should know. They should do their work. Because these things are not taken, some of them will be taken outside the country. They are sold within the country. They are sold in some of these big markets. So if we have relationship with some of these market leaders, they should be able to give them inkling that, these are stolen property, allow the police, But, and I know that if the police really want to work, they can work. So, but if nothing is being done to arrest this situation, it will continue. It's very unfortunate.
Usually you can see the first Niger Bridge that's been there for how many years? At this stage, that this one is not up to a year now. If we start vandalizing it, if we start doing all sort of things, what's the prospect that we are going to leave this bridge for our children to inherit? That Niger Bridge has been there since when?
Yes, it's been there for so long.
65 or so.
The Buhari regime completed it using funds from the Sovereign Wealth Fund as well as Abacha loot. We are grateful that bridge is completed, and it has made traveling from that Asaba, Asaba to other parts of the east a lot more pleasurable. People used to sleep for 3 days,
old bridge, yes.
Stuck on that old bridge, because that old bridge is one way. It's not dual carriageway. So now the expansion joints, the theft of those fittings to on the expansion joints may not constitute any problem to the bridge. But they would not want to leave those places open. One can easily slip and break his leg. If it is left, because it's on the pedestrian walkway.
Yes, it's not tidy.
It is the pedestrian walkway section of it that they are looting. So people can actually look at our reporter standing on that, on the fittings. Yes. Ordinarily, if it wasn't there, it's going all the way down.
Yes, you are looking at the
so there's so much danger that they are doing to people by the nonsense that they are doing. And until we make, if you Google it, you will see those who raided rail tracks. It was announced that they raided rail tracks, they paraded them, but that's usually where it ends. Nigerians need to see how those guys were jailed, so that the rest of those of us in this profession can at least make noise so that others can learn. We can't spend so much money building this bridge, delivering it,
millions of
for people to use, and then it will be vandalized. They told me when I was doing the documentary that they deliberately chose concrete for the handrails because of the prospect of vandalism and selling of. Because you see some bridges, if you are driving, moving from state to state, you see some bridges, there are handrails
They are no longer there.
looted.
Yes.
The handrails have been looted.
So now you have to call the contractors now to come and look at it to see how they can refit.
Yes, they will have to bring back those expansion joint fittings. They have to bring them back, but how much longer are we going to be doing this? Because you do it, they come back and they loot. So they have to find a way to secure this national asset. We can't allow these people to. You see them carrying some dirty bags. They throw these things inside. Once they're stolen, some even steal generator outright. You are at the back of your house, you won't know. I saw a guy. He put the generator inside the bag and he carried it as I said, this one. He must have taken tramadol. He will not even feel it. Because how do you carry a generator that carried it like
It's high.
with the kind of they won't even feel it.
All right. The